Welcome back to the Ball Does Lie podcast. I am your host, Amir Mutameni. I'm here with my co-host, Brendan. How are you doing today, Brendan?
Doing good, Amir. It's good to see you. Excited to talk some more basketball.
Likewise, man. So we wanted to change it up right now. There's not a lot going on right now because of the NBA Cup. So um, I want to talk about the All Star game and talk about All Star projections and talk about players that deserve it right now based on production, based on winning, based on narrative at this point, and we know the format has changed. There's going to be the world versus American All Stars. There's going to be two different teams playing the world team. So still going to have 24 total All Stars, 12 and 12 from each conference, but eight of those guys are going to be selected and will be a part of the NBA World Team. So um, let's start off with the East, though, just to keep it simple. We'll go East and West, and let's talk about some guys that you think are a lock. If you're not sure, there's some guys that are going to be on the bubble. So you could say these guys are tentative versus the locks. But let's start off with the locks. Like, who do you think right now, as of today, should be an All Star in the East?
So I think our locks in the East right now, at least for me, I would say uh, Cunningham for sure, with the way Detroit's been playing. Jalen Brunson, Jalen Brown, so both Jalen's. Tyrese Maxey, I think has to be in there. And then in our front court, I would Jalen Johnson, Carl Anthony Towns. I think the Knicks have been playing pretty well. They should have those two in there. Scotty Barnes, shout out to all of our Toronto Raptor fans, but I know the Raptors are cooling off a bit right now, but I think Scotty has to be in there. A big one for me is also Jalen Duren. Duren
Yep.
has just been an absolute dog, and again, Detroit with the way they've been playing, I think they should be rewarded with two. Um, and then I'd like to put Giannis in there, but this injury kind of clouds that a bit. So if not Giannis, I'll throw in Mobley. And how many can you count for me? How many did I give you right there, Amir? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
8, 9, maybe
9.
10. I think maybe like 10.
So I guess if I'm looking for more, I'd put Ingram in there as well. I think Brandon Ingram has been a really, really incredible offensive force for the Raptors. Um, God, man, and I guess I'd have to. I think I'd have to stop there. Let's see.
It's either 11 or 12. All
Yeah,
good.
I would love to put in Franz, but again, that injury to Franz Wagner kind of screws that up. Um,
He was playing like an All Star.
he was. So there's my list out of the East.
All right,
I'm gonna give.
I'll make it simple for us. I'll put fingers up.
Yeah.
So I'll say Giannis, even with the injury stuff, it's not the All NBA, so he's basically putting up monster numbers still. Jalen Brown, obviously leading the Celtics without Jason Tatum, almost averaging 30 a game. Jalen Brunson leading the Knicks, top three team in the East, averaging 28 a game. Cade, number one seed, playing all around amazing. Almost averaging a triple double. His teammate Jalen Duren, that's 5. I agree with that. Double double monster, anchors the defense. Tyrese Maxey, freaking breakout season without Embiid. At 6. Donovan Mitchell, even though the Cavs
There's the
have
one I
stepped back,
missed.
he's a
Yep, I
perennial All
missed
Star.
Dono.
Yep, you missed out on that one. 7. Um, Scotty Barnes, I think he's having a breakout season. That's 8. Bam Adebayo, because you didn't mention a Heat guy, so F you if we have to put one on there. They've been on a cold streak, but I think Bam is just as a two-way player.
Bam deserves
And
to be in there for sure.
I think there's not that many good bigs in the NBA anyway, so I think that's 8 right there. Jalen Johnson for sure. We talked about him in our last episode of KTI. I think that's 8 for me. Cat 9. I can't. Can I give the Raptors 2 with Ingram? You did, I guess, too,
I
huh?
did. I threw Ingram in there. Ingram's been playing so well.
I think Ingram goes in there too. Then shit. I mean, I would put Franz, but is Paolo? I don't know. Paolo's not playing like one right now. That
Yeah,
could
he
change. We're
really
talking about
hasn't been playing
today.
like an all
We're
star.
talking about
Yeah.
so far 25, whatever it is, 23 to 26 games into the season, depending on the team. I guess you got to go Evan Mobley, man. Still one of the best young defenders in the NBA. I think that's 10. Um, I don't know, man. Are you sure it's 12 each team? It is 12, huh? So
It's 12 each conference. Yep.
I'm gonna go Norm Powell, man. Why not? Like I know the Heat have
Let's go
fallen to eighth
UCLA
seed, but
zone. I
they
love
were the
it.
third seed last week, right? Like the third seed and the ninth seed are 1.5 games, or 1 game
It's so
separated.
jumbled. It's so crazy.
So
It's
with
so
that
crazy.
consideration, I'm gonna say Norm Powell. Then the way he was playing for the Miami Heat, averaging like 25 a game. Um, Screw. I went throw Franz in there because we don't know how long the injury is for. Like it is high ankle, but he still could
Magic
play
got to have
around.
somebody in there too. Magic got to.
He can still play like 55, 60 games, which will qualify. So he's been solid. So I'll say
And just a
Franz.
high ankle sprain. Thank God it's just a high ankle sprain for him.
Yeah, for sure. I thought it was an ACL. So who do you got out west?
All right, then out
Give
west,
me your automatics.
the West is just so damn deep too. I got Steph in there, Luca, and Shea. God, honestly, I would love to say James Harden, but the Clippers are just so bad. I can't do it. I put Austin Reeves in there.
What was that
Um,
for?
yeah, and then Devin Booker. I'd take Devin, especially Ward the Suns for how surprising they've been.
Russell
Then
Westbrook. Russ, obviously.
hey, Russ has been hooping lately. My boy
Zach
has really
Levine,
been
DeMar,
hooping. Yeah, putting in
right?
all the
Sabonis.
Kings, putting in all the Kings. Yeah, get the Rosen in there, Sabonis in there. Um, all right, then if I'm moving to the front court, KD, Chet Holmgren has to be in there. Greatest player in the world, Nikola Jokic has to be in there.
Is that 7
Uh,
or 8?
let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I gave you 9, 10. I've given you 10 so far. Then my last two, I would throw in Alperen Şengün. I think Şengün's been absolutely playing like an all-star, and then Wemby would be my last lock there out west.
Okay.
There's my west. Who do you have in the insanely deep west?
Again, if we're not like, no one is missing the season or has missed half the season or anything like that. But Steph Curry, I know he's been out, but still he'll come back
Yep.
hopefully soon. Steph, Luca, KD, Ant, SGA, Jokic, Sengun 7, Wemby 8, Booker 9, Chet 10. Oof. God damn it. Can I say Avdia? Can Denny get in there?
Hey, Denny has been playing like an all-star. I'm not mad at Denny making that at all.
All right.
He's right on my short list too.
Let's
I
put
just think some of the other guys have been a
let's
little
put
better, but
let's
throw
put
Denny in there.
Denny. Let's put Denny in there. Let's put Lowry in there.
Yeah, throw
Maybe.
Lowry in there too. Absolutely.
I mean,
Yeah,
but
let's get some
Jazz are
parity.
just so bad.
They are.
I don't know, man. Do I do that over Jamal Murray, man? Nuggets have been good. Jamal's been playing great lately. Um, I'm gonna put Jamal over Lowry because
Okay.
Jazz are so bad, and F Danny Ainge for life. Um, and then I think my last one, like fuck, Austin Reeves or Julius Randle. Did I say Ant? I said Ant. Of course, I
You
said
said
Ant.
Ant. Yeah, you said Ant.
Yeah, I did. Julius, I fucking hate the Lakers, but Austin Reeves has been playing like a freaking all star. So I'll say Austin Reeves. Look, even though I hate the
Okay.
Lakers more than any team, but I think Reeves is
After
just,
2 dud games for Reeves too. Wow, that's big of you, Amir. That's big.
he's still averaging 27, 28 points per
Yeah, he's
game,
still
dude.
no. I'm just giving you a little shit.
I mean, I think
Austin's still insane.
he wouldn't be doing this on if he wasn't playing next to Luka. I think that's a big factor. So
Well, it's interesting actually seeing these last 2 games since LeBron's kind of back and ramped up. So I don't know. I've kind of been watching and noticing he's taking a bit of a backseat to those two. Maybe I think they're just still trying to find their way and their fit.
as he
But
still should,
it's interesting.
as he
Yep.
still fucking should. He's Austin Reeves.
Yep.
Screw that guy. He's not that. I'll take a 48-year-old LeBron over him. So
Man, these are some vicious words for AR right now.
fine,
But you did pick
44.
him. You did pick him. You did pick him. So I got to
But
give you
also, I
that.
picked him. But
Got to tip
also,
the cap.
if I'm gonna like a white American, I gotta go Tyler Hero, dog, all day. Come on, let's go. You see the jerseys behind me. Don't let the
I
Niners
do.
fool
I
you.
do. Shout out Tyler Johnson, Bay Area's own.
Yes, sir. So do we get? So who are the? because we might have more than 8 technically for the world. Like, let's look back at what we said. Okay, so SGA is technically Canadian, right? We got Giannis
Hmm.
2. We got uh Scotty
Jokic for
Barnes
sure.
Canadian? No, he's American. So that's 2. Uh
Throw Jokic in there. There's 3 for your world.
Jokic, Luca, um
Shengun.
Shangun 6, Franz, let's say, because I put him in there 7. Denny is
Abdia for
8.
you. Yep.
We didn't put Lowry. That's only 8. Oh, that's 8 right there. Did you put
And
anybody
we
else
did
in
we
there?
did we didn't even get Wemby in there? Did we
Oh,
put
Wemby.
Wemby?
We'll put Wemby over Denny. Most likely
There
we'll
we
get it
go.
right. So it'll probably be SGA, Luca, Jesus Christ, Joker, Wemby, Shangoon, Wagner, however you say it. That's 6.
Franz Wagner.
Who are the other 2? 7, 8.
We got. Did you get Jokic? Do we? Man, we are just meandering on this pod. Did we? Da-da-da-da.
We did.
Yeah, and we got
Oh,
Shingun in
Giannis.
there.
Giannis.
Giannis. Yeah.
Giannis, Luca, Joker, SGA, Wemby.
Just that 5 right there is terrifying.
That is enough. We'll end it there. That's enough. Anyway,
That's disgusting.
so yeah, it's gonna be a new format, and I think the All-Star game is also stupid now these days. I used to love it as a kid, young adult. It was still great. Seems like they don't give a shit or try anymore. There's absolutely no incentive, no defense. So we'll see if this makes a difference. But I think that world team is not gonna lose. When you name that top 5 right there, that team seems just way too good. So we'll see though. Maybe the whole tribalism, whatever, nationalism angle, international versus the
That's definitely
U.S.
what the NBA is hoping for. And this will be the All-Star game is happening right in the middle of the Olympics. So I think some of this country pride will be bleeding into the NBA. At least I'm guessing that's what the NBA would hope for. I'm pretty sure Adam Silver talked about that in one of his interviews. It's an interesting gimmick, I think, to get people to start caring a little bit about this game. We saw the NHL love it. That format worked really well for them. So I think it's at least they're trying new stuff. They're not just rolling out the same type of format and just saying, hey guys, let's just try in this exhibition game that you clearly don't want to get hurt in. So I can appreciate they're at least trying some new things. And we'll see. I think this gimmick could at least bring a little bit of American pride into the equation and get people to try a little bit.
We shall see. I guess they've also said that I guess it's going to be a little different because it's not technically fully East versus West. But another suggestion they've made is that the winner gets home court advantage, which I think is kind of dumb. I don't think that's fair
Yeah, I don't think other
necessarily.
teams would sign up for that now.
No, but
Trying to do
that's
something like what the MLB does with their All-Star game, I don't think that's gonna fly. Can you
yeah,
imagine
that
if the East won and then OKC just let's assume they break the wins record and then they don't get home court advantage in the finals? That'd be ridiculous.
would be dumb. Also, the money doesn't matter because all these guys are all making max money. So unless we want to be even more greedy and give the best players in the world 5 million each for this goddamn game, which I don't think is a good idea. But what about someone suggested that they should do it at the end of the season, like the NFL does the Pro Bowl, but then no one watches the Pro Bowl. Like no one cares about the Pro Bowl. But like, do you think that would work, or like before the season starts? I don't know if that. Do you think that's more risky, or that's probably more risky technically, but still, maybe before the season starts, 1 or 2 less preseason games, maybe take out a preseason game and the week before the NBA starts, like
So then you're gonna basically your merit comes from the season prior. So if we were to do it this year, we would have been doing last year's All-Star game right before the start of the
mm,
season. Because then you play the rest of this season and you have potentially like Jalen Duren would not have been in the conversation for making an All-Star game, so he would have
right,
missed
good
out.
point. No, probably not. It has to be after then, like the Pro Bowl, right?
Yeah,
But then no one's
I
gonna.
think after makes sense if we're gonna change the timing of it. Because I do know there's been talk players do not like having honestly to make the All-Star game, and instead of getting that nice break that the rest of the league gets, they're forced to go and have an entire busy, mentally draining weekend. Um,
But then there's
so
an
after the
issue.
season could be interesting. I don't
But
know.
then they don't get the break then, which they want, because then
Yeah.
like, do they get like a maybe they just get a general break, just a whatever, make up just NBA rest week. Like for
Well, the
it's
league's
not a
not going to
week, it's
want to
only
stop
4 days.
momentum there, but still, you're still going to want to at least keep some momentum going.
It's a bye
Especially the
week.
NFL is finally done. That's your kind of part of the calendar. I still think the timing of it works, so they just have to find some mechanism to get them to at least care a little bit. And I think this could be it.
Yeah.
We'll see. Um, yeah, it'd be nice if we could just have honestly a normal All Star game and have it just be a competitive, almost like I don't know if you watch any of the Rico Hines highlights from the summers, but if we could get that type of competition for the All Star game, it'd be incredible.
It's pride, baby. Just be prideful like the OGs, you know, back in the day when they didn't load manage and they all played 80 freaking 2 games a year and didn't cry about this type of stuff. And just before there was friendships, you know, which like I don't hate, but like all these guys are friends now, and like freaking Magic and Larry hated each other, and until they respected each other, they became friends afterwards. You know, kind of towards the twilight of their career, they weren't friends. MJ and freaking Isaiah wanted to kill each other. You know, it's like I miss
Well,
the.
those two still do.
They still hate each other.
that
Whatever.
that hasn't changed at
That's
all.
kind of dumb. Let bygones be bygones. You guys are fucking old at this point, but I mean, I love it. I love there's less real rivalries and whatnot in the NBA, and maybe it's just soft era. Who knows? I guess, but we'll
Well, I don't know.
see.
I think it's different. Real quick, before we end, I gotta ask you this question: do you think the way the media, I guess us or other people, how they talk about what matters in the player's legacy, that has to be a part of the equation for why these guys are load managing so much, especially the best players in the league, because the regular season at this point, just if you're making the playoffs, doesn't really matter. You're going to be judged on how you play in the playoffs. So why am I going to kill myself, play a full 82 game slate, and then come into the postseason pretty worn down and risk injuring myself in the semifinals or the conference finals, and then be called a bum for not making the finals, not winning in the finals, when that's entirely where I'm going to be judged. My entire legacy hinges on how I play between April to June.
Good point, but also the legacy is not 100% based on rings. Like, I mean, when it comes to like the greatest of all time, it is sure, but like Bill Russell won 11 championships. Some people don't even have him in their top 10. They have him. They better have him in the top 15, maybe top 17. That might change with players like Jokic sneaking his way into the top 15, 20 range we talked about, right? Maybe even top 10. But yeah, it's ring culture. Like that's what LeBron um, stands basically say when it comes to the MJ and LeBron debate is just that it's all about ring culture, and it's if you take away the rings, you have to play into factor of longevity and stats and other shit like that. But I agree with you that yes, the postseason is the most important. Like I do weigh rings a little bit more than this
It has to
generation
matter a
does.
little bit. It has to matter.
It
It
has
can't
to
just
matter
not
because
matter.
if you
It
you
has to
play the
matter a
game to win
little
the
bit.
fucking championship. It's
Yeah.
about the 16 games. What Draymond says. Draymond says, it's a 16 game season. Like the difference though with Draymond and the Warriors is when healthy, they fucking go for it. They play like before the whole KD shit when they're a super freaking dynasty team, they were still top 2 in the West with their big 3, homegrown big 3 of Steph, Draymond, and Clay. And like to your point, I hate that attitude of like why ruin my body and be injured for when it matters the most. Like the regular season matters. I'm going to say this again. Thank you for bringing this up because there's a statistic out there that if you are not a top 3 team in your division in the playoffs, you are not going to win a championship. In the last 75 NBA championships, 98%, 99 almost percent of those champions have been a top 3 seed. So for that NBA star that's like saying, okay, I don't really need to play, I need to load manage because my legacy depends on this, is winning a championship. If you're a 6 seed, you're not going to win a championship because I'm sorry, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 teams in the NBA history could turn a switch. And what team coined that back in the late 90s and early 2000s? The Kobe and Shaquille O'Neal Lakers could turn on a switch because Shaq was the most dominant player. Kobe, second best shooting guard of all time. That dynamic duo could do that. Kobe would never freaking have to turn the switch on because his switch never went off.
No,
But Shaq,
his never goes off. No.
but like maybe the Miami Heat big three, like in the second year, like maybe took it easy at times in the regular season and then flipped that script and switch in the playoffs. Maybe that Golden State Warrior dynasty when they had KD on that team, when they were so dominant when healthy, could do the same thing maybe. But like
they never even turn their switch off too. If
they
you
don't
really
even
look at
turn their
it,
switch off. So like I don't
yeah.
like that mentality of like I'm just gonna load manage, because you do that if you're either soft or just unlucky when it comes to injuries, like with like an Anthony Davis, with like a Zion Williamson. Those guys, sure, they might have to do that because of their genetics, because of the just unluckiness of how frequently they get hurt. So like maybe players like that have to do it just because they're always predisposed to getting hurt or prone to getting hurt. Other players, no, fuck that. You have to be a top 3 seed. The number 1 seed, Brendan, and I'll look up the stat later, of those 75 championships, guess how many have they won? Like an estimate.
I would have
How
to
many of
guess
them?
they're winning at least 80%
Yeah,
of the
like
championships.
57 of those 75 teams, or 58, whatever that number is. 60 of those teams, whatever that number is, it's like 80 something percent
Yeah.
were the number 1 seed. So sorry, guy who thinks you could sit out, and like in this competitive NBA, like if you're not a top 3 seed, or even at worst top 4 home court team, it's going to be even harder to get to the final. So anyway, went off on a tangent. I love that we
But
brought that
yeah,
up though.
and the regular season matters for your all-star selections, because when the legacy talk does come into play, how many of those do you have? And you got to play in the games to make the all-star team. So
I agree.
excited to see these new batch of all-stars this year. Excited for the format too, to close it all out. I know it's a bit gimmicky, but I want to see a little bit of pride here, and I think we might get that this season.
Yeah, I like that they're trying. I like that, like, the NBA Cup stuff doesn't mean shit to me because it's still a regular season game. Technically, this is a different format for an All Star game. So I like the idea that they're trying to see something that could possibly stick and get players enthusiastic, and then get the fans to get excited about this. So it's all about dollars. They're losing eyeballs. Advertisers are like how they make money outside of obviously tickets
But
and
those
concessions.
TV contracts, do you think that's not like the new TV deal is going to go any lower? The
No,
number
but they
just
still,
keeps seeming to go up.
but that deal goes higher as they have more eyeballs
It's
watching, right?
true,
And
but
that means advertisers have to pay more, right? And then
yeah.
those TV whatever stations or networks have to pay more because they know they're going to get the advertisements on top of that. That's how the networks get paid, is through the ads and sponsorships. So yeah, we'll see, man. So I'm excited to see this new format, but let us know in the comment section if we missed anybody for some reason in the East and West, if you think that we should have added any other players as potential all-stars. At this point, things can change. Players can get hurt. Players can rise, obviously, as well. So just let us know your thoughts, comments, and if you guys do enjoy our content, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel, The Ball Does Live podcast. So thanks again, Brendan, and I'll see you soon.
All right, thanks, Amir.